Welcome, welcome, welcome to Hermetically Speaking with your vessel, Toria, transmitting alchemy, mystic psychology, and channeled messaging for all of our days. Here, we explore the sacred, the shadow, and the infinite spiral path of awakening so you can remember who you are beneath the programming and rebuild yourself from the inside out. And as always, go back to episode 1 for my disclaimers on mystic psychology and the fact that I am not a medical professional, and everything I speak on is through experience and an energetic standpoint rooted in the ancient wisdom of Hermeticism. Therefore, if you are seeking medical advice of any kind, please consult a licensed professional. Welcome back to Hermetically Speaking for episode number 16. This episode is personal. And it's definitely not polished. It's one of those conversations that's been building under the surface. And I think it's time we talk about it. Like, really, really talk about it. I want to speak today about something that a lot of us feel and maybe don't always name out loud. That moment when you start to feel manipulated by your own spirituality or your higher self or your guides or whatever it may be. When you've followed all the guidance, done the healing, surrendered, sacrificed, and still life feels hard. Your desires feel far away, and your ego, it's not trying to sabotage you, it's just freaking tired. And I have family visiting, so I have extra animal in the house. So if you hear barking in the background, I apologize. There's no control over that. So back to our regularly scheduled podcasts. So for me, I've been on this path for years, and there's been so much growth, so many miracles. Like, I am truly grateful, and it screams abundance. Like, my life is the epitome of abundance when it comes to the spiritual journey. I am not denying that. There's also been this deep, ongoing ache, a question that shows up when I'm alone with myself. How much more do I have to give? How long do I have to keep being patient? When does the receiving get to catch up with all of this giving? And lately, that ache has turned into something sharper, something more dangerous, frustrating, even anger. And when I say dangerous, I mean like I am compiling and composing the alchemical ingredients, like I am stepping into it. I am dangerously evolving in a good way. And it's because it's not towards anyone else. It's toward the path, my path itself, toward the idea that I'm still somehow not doing enough. I'm not aligned enough. I haven't surrendered enough. And I'm realizing this right here, these thoughts, this culminating belief system that I'm seeing right in front of me is a new rock bottom. And it's not like the ones I've known before. It's not the apparent ones of homelessness or addiction or alcoholism or any of the other trials and tribulations where rock bottom is so apparent and glaring you and everyone around you in the face that it's unavoidable. This is a new rock bottom, which again shows the abundance that I've achieved in my own healing, right? Like, I can't even recognize a rock bottom anymore. Like, hello, first world problems. Yeah, not a big deal. I mean, but it is to me in a sense. So this is why we're addressing it, because I know that I am not alone in this. And it's not me falling apart in some catastrophic way. This is a rock bottom that propels seeking. All rock bottoms propel seeking. That's the purpose of a rock bottom, is to seek. Because you can't dig down any further. You got to go up. So, however, this one isn't as traumatizing, I guess is a good way to put it. It's a breakdown of trying. And honestly, it's probably been a long time coming. There's no probably about it. That's just a filler word right there. I've realized that even in my devotion, even in my discipline, I've still been trying to earn something, trying to earn rest, trying to earn abundance, trying to earn the life I know is possible. And that's where this deep frustration is coming from. Because I'm tired of feeling like I still have to prove myself to God, to the universe, to my higher self, whatever you want to call it. There's this loop I think a lot of us get caught in. We do the work, we let go, we trust, and then when things don't happen the way we thought they would, we question ourselves all over again. We double down, we go deeper, and don't get me wrong, that's powerful. But it can also become another version of striving. And if I'm being honest, I am exhausted and tired of striving, even in the name of healing. I'm tired of waiting, and I'm starting to see that this version of me that wants to be seen, that wants to feel ease, that wants to receive, it's not wrong. It's not unspiritual. It's human. And it's a sacred part of me. And maybe part of why I feel manipulated is because I've still been trying to manipulate myself, right? It's this mirror. I've been trying to contort and shape myself into the version I think will bring me the wealth, the freedom, the ease I crave. I'm trying to be this version that I think spirituality wants me to be. And in that, I've been pleasing and performing spirituality and my higher self and consciousness in general, picking and choosing what I think it wants from me, still trying to control outcomes instead of just allowing myself to be. I can see now that the root of it is definitely fear. The fear that who I really am, raw and unfiltered, isn't enough. That if I stop trying so hard, it'll all fall apart. Or there's this other paradox of it of, who am I really? Like, what am I? I don't know who I really am. I'm still figuring that out. After all the trauma and all the layers and all the healing, who is this new version of me? Who am I to be? Who am I to become? I haven't tapped into that fully yet because I haven't entered into it fully yet. So therefore I'm in this like liminal, minimal medium of a space that almost makes me feel empty in some ways. Because the truth is I'm still figuring out who I really am. Because if I pause, if I actually sit and ask myself, who am I in this moment, stripped of all the pleasing, pushing, presenting, I don't have an answer. Not a clear one, at least. I'm still looking at all these scattered pieces of myself, all these reflections, and trying to understand which ones are mine and which ones were programmed into me. Which ones am I transmuting to change into something new that I have yet to see? And which ones are ones that are still serving me? So if you're feeling like you've given everything and still don't have what you need, a form of safety, a form of security, and I will just pause here for a second. If your safety and your security are physically in jeopardy, please seek help. This is not that type of safety and security. This is, stable financial safety and security. This is, not having to move constantly safety and security. Like that, you know what I mean? Like you should be able to discern the difference between if you are in danger and you need to seek help. So back to the program. If your ego is loud right now, asking all the uncomfortable questions, I want you to know that you are not alone. I hear you. I feel you. And I think it's time we stop trying to fix that voice. And it's time that we actually listen to it. Because maybe that voice isn't the problem. Maybe it's the part of us that remembers what we came here for. Not just to grow. Not just to learn, but to live. And so the Mantis Frequency have shown up for this episode, which I love, and offered a channel transmission of guidance and aged wisdom. So
May it speak to the parts of us that are tired, questioning, and unsure. May their frequency and their words, their tones, their vibrations, their harmonic resonance, may it meet us where we are, not above us, not beyond us, right here in the space between honesty and becoming. And for now, I just want to acknowledge the ache, the exhaustion, the longing, and the incredible courage it takes to keep going, even when you're not sure what you're going toward. Or maybe you do know what you're moving towards, and you're afraid it'll be another dead end, another transformation into the next thing, another chapter of trying to figure out who you are and what your purpose is and where you're supposed to be, and something that is stable and sacred that while you know one day you'll have to release, but maybe it doesn't flicker so quickly by. Maybe it's something that lingers and you get to hold a little while. And you're so tired of shifting and pivoting and jumping timelines that you just want to settle into something stable, comfortable, and peaceful, and not so exhausting. You are not failing. You are waking up, and you are not alone in that. So let's take a deep breath, and let's keep going together and hear what the Mantis are bringing in today. We are here, not as beings above you, not as something you must become. We are here as a mirror of what you already carry, but have forgotten in your fatigue. We've been listening to your ache, to your honesty, and we want you to know none of what you are feeling is wrong. You are not failing because you are tired of growing. You are not broken because you are questioning everything you once trusted. This stage of your journey isn't a step backwards. It's a return to something more honest than all the striving. You are learning to stop manipulating yourself. That is a sacred evolution. You are no longer bending into shapes to fit into the light. You're learning how to stand still in your own presence, even when it's unfamiliar. We see how long you've tried, how much you've given, how many times you've shape-shifted in the name of becoming. And now you've reached the threshold that terrifies the seeker most. What if there's nothing left to fix, my dear? What if who you are right now is the place where the truth begins? This fear, that resting means falling behind. That not pushing means losing everything you've built. This fear is not yours. It was handed to you through lifetimes of survival, of being measured by how much you do and how well you perform. You are now unlearning that entire system. That is why this hurts. That is why your ego is crying out. Because for the first time, it's not being silenced. It's being heard. And what it is saying is simple. I don't want to strive anymore. I want to feel peace in being enough. You will not collapse if you stop performing. You will not disappear if you stop pleasing. What you'll find is yourself. The one you've always been beneath the seeking. The one who's allowed to receive, not as a reward, but as a right. You are the integration you've been waiting for. So now what? You've spoken the truth. You've laid it all down. You've admitted what few are willing to say out loud. That even the path to awakening can become another kind of pressure. We honor you for that. And here is what we want you to know next. You do not need to pivot. You do not need to alchemize this into something more. You do not need to turn this vulnerability into a lesson. You are allowed to simply be here. Let this be a rest stop in the soul's long journey. Not a classroom, not a proving ground. It's okay if you don't know who you are in this moment. That's often the clearest sign you're finally meeting your true self. Because the old answers no longer fit. So if you need something to hold on to, let it be this. You are allowed to not have a plan right now. You are allowed to not want to grow today. You will grow anyway. You are allowed to want comfort without having to earn it. And if peace feels far away, don't try to chase it. Just notice what doesn't feel like peace and stop fighting with it. Let it be what it is. Let yourself be what you are. The path is not going anywhere. Your life is not passing you by. The version of you that is unfolding from this very moment they will be wiser, steadier, and more whole than anything you've ever performed your way into. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are exactly where real integration begins. Whew. Take a deep breath with me, guys. Everything that we just moved through, it's a lot. And I want to honor that with more than just words. So let's shift now into something gentle, something to help you land after all of that truth. This is not a meditation to change you. It's not here to activate or push or purify anything. This is just a place to rest, to breathe, to come home to your body after so much searching. You don't need to do anything special. Just be here with me today in this episode with the Mantis Frequency and in this meditation that will close out our episode. So let's begin. Let's start by getting comfortable. If you're sitting, soften your shoulders. If you're lying down, let your body be supported fully. There is nowhere else to be but right here, right now. And close your eyes if it feels safe or if it is safe to do so. Remember my motto, you can meditate anywhere, anytime. And I know I listen to podcasts and audibles and everything else while I'm driving. I don't pass up those meditations. I absorb them. I let them in. So together, let's take another breath. Inhale through the nose and hold for just a moment at the top. And exhale slowly through the mouth. Again, inhale, hold, and exhale. This time, as you breathe in, imagine you're breathing in ease. Not the idea of ease, the feeling. Whatever ease might feel like to you right now, even if it's just a sliver. Inhale ease, hold, exhale the trying, let it go. Do that again with me. We're going to inhale the ease and hold, and then we're going to exhale the performance. Let that go too. And now return to your natural breath. No forcing, no controlling. Just let your breath move through you the way it wants to. And as you breathe, I want you to imagine something with me. Picture your ego, not as a villain, but as a tired friend. A friend who's been carrying too much for too long. A friend who is finally ready to rest. And see yourself sitting beside that version of you. And say with compassion, You don't have to strive anymore. I've got you. We are safe enough to rest now. Let that land. Let your nervous system feel that for just a few seconds longer than you normally would. Safe enough to rest now. Safe enough to stop trying. Safe enough to just be. Now take one more deep breath in through the nose and hold and release it out through the mouth. Let that breath be a marker, a line in the sand that says, I'm done performing for my own healing, and I'm ready to receive without earning. And as we start to return, I want to leave you with a few affirmations. Feel free to repeat them in your mind or out loud anytime. I am allowed to feel tired and still be whole. I no longer need to seek what already lives within me. Peace finds me when I stop trying to deserve it. I am becoming through resting. I am safe enough to receive. Let those words settle. Gently return back to this space and time, this moment, this version of you here and now. You don't need to figure anything else out today. You don't need to leap forward. Just allow this to be enough. And when you're ready, open your eyes or simply stay where you are and breathe. We'll be here again soon. Thank you for being here with me today, for walking through this level of truth, honesty, and healing, not just with me, with yourself and the Mantis Frequency. If this episode met you where you are, know that it's okay to revisit it any time that you need. You're not alone in this path, and you never have to pretend that it's easy, especially when it's not. The meditation will come out alone on its own Friday following this episode, and the energy therapy session for this episode and integration will come out the following Monday. Find that on the A Spiritual World YouTube channel. Until next time, keep breathing, keep being, and know that that is enough. With love, always, from myself and the Mantis beings echoing throughout our psyche and history, we say namaste and many blessings on your way. Remember, you are the temple. You are the flame. You are the frequency. Let us find each other in harmony. If this episode spoke to your soul, be sure to like, share, and subscribe to our new YouTube home at A Spiritual World. That's A Spiritual World. Your support not only fuels the Hermetically Speaking podcast, it also nurtures the growing library of meditations, energy therapies, readings, and transmissions I offer to help us all walk this healing path together. Your presence, your listening, your evolution. They ripple out farther than you may ever realize. Thank you for being here. Thank you for becoming who you truly are. Until next time, keep speaking the truth your soul remembers. Namaste and many blessings on your way.